So very long ago, a great many Americans were asked by their government to take over a vast number of islands in the Pacific Ocean. This is the story behind one incident in that war. One island, one American.
Hello, Doctor.
Hello, Major.
Got your message. I brought Corporal Everett.
So I see.
Well, how's Moss?
Private Peter Moss. Complete paralysis from the hips down, partial amnesia. Still the same.
He's going to be all right, isn't he?
I'm a psychiatrist, Major, not a clairvoyant. The boy suffered a severe traumatic shock. He's paralyzed, lost his memory. Cases like his are curable sometimes. But I need help. I need a lot of help.
We'll do anything we can. We've told you all we know. All the facts.
They help. Facts help, and I want to thank you for them, but they're not quite enough.
Captain, maybe if you spoke to Sergeant Mingo.
I've spoken to Sergeant Mingo. He agrees with the facts, too. Sit down, Major. Let's try it again. Let's go back. Let's start before the mission. How did it begin? How did Moss get in on it?
Well, I didn't have any too much preparation for it myself. They threw it at me, and I was stuck with it. It was important. I picked what I thought were the three best men for the job, Mingo and Finch and TJ, Corporal Everett here. It's a tough deal. I didn't know how I was going to put it to them. There wasn't much time. Anyway, I sent for them and told them to get over to my office.
Looking for the powder room?
Hi, Mingo. Hey, you in this?
In on what?
Well, whatever it is. Don't you know?
Soldier, I don't know from nothing.
Yep.
I don't, Finch, so help me.
You know, I thought that, well, I was kind of hoping it might be a furlough. It's been 2 years. You've been over longer. You've seen more action than the other guy in the outfit. Maybe... Well, it could be a furlough.
Yeah, sure, it could be. We could all do with a couple of weeks in rest camp.
Rest camp.
Sure. You don't want to go back home, do you? A couple of weeks back there, you'd really be homesick for this joint.
Hey, what's been eating you lately?
Mosquitoes.
The orderly room said it was something special.
You been writing your mother regularly?
What is this, Mingo? Robinson puts me in charge of a detail and pulls me off without any explanation. What's going on around here?
My Ouija board's on strike.
I wasn't asking you, Finch.
Your guess is as good as ours, TJ.
Oh, the boy Major, huh? You know, you'd think by now they'd have somebody mature enough to run an outfit.
Major's all right. I don't see you do any better.
If I couldn't do better blindfolded, I'd resign.
Army's kind of touchy about resigning, TJ.
Oh, why don't you grow up, Junior?
What makes you such a hot blue plate special, TJ?
Well, don't you know who he is, Mingo?
No.
This is T.J. Everett, former vice president in charge of distribution for Universal Products, Inc.
Oh, look, fellas, we have to go through that again.
Is he the Joe that used to make $15,000 a year?
Well, that was in a bad year. He usually made $16,000.
No.
Yeah.
Think of the taxes.
Rugged.
What's he doing now?
Now he's a corporal making $66 a month.
No.
Yeah.
What'll they think of next?
I tell you, the Army, it just...
Knock it off, Finch.
Just doesn't
You heard me. I said that was enough.
At ease, men. Sorry to have kept you waiting. Better make yourselves comfortable. We're in for a session. You can smoke if you want to. But stay put. Give me your attention. What's that for, Finch?
We thought maybe it was going to be about furloughs, sir.
No. Sit down, Finch. Anybody been bothered with anything lately? Anything physical, I mean?
Oh, Major, my back's...
I know, TJ. Outside of that, though. All right. Before anything else, get this straight. Everything you hear from now on is top secret, you understand? Okay. Get right to the point. There's an island, never mind which one for now, that headquarters wants intelligence on. They want it right away. I need a few men to go with me. One to draw maps, and 2 more to help me check the terrain. And a surveyor for possible airstrips, but he's all set. Getting a volunteer from one of the engineering battalions. He's on his way over now. Should be here. Well, that's the deal.
Well, Major.
No sense in beating around the bush
Major.
about it. Yes, TJ, what is it?
I was just thinking about aerial photographs.
Well, let's leave the thinking to headquarters, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Aerial photos don't show what we want to find out. There's too much foliage.
How long do you figure the job will take?
4 days, top. Then we get off the island the same way we got on.
Plane or boat?
Halfway by destroyer, and the rest of the way by PT boat or AVR.
Suppose something happens.
The Japanese are only defending the side of the island facing us. We'll be working in back of them, on the part facing Japan. Actually, it shouldn't be too bad. We should never run into them. I say we. It's really up to you.
Up to us?
Yes. This is purely voluntary, fellas. Whether you come or not, that's up to each of you. I don't want to kid you about this job. It's no picnic, and I wouldn't have asked you. Particularly you, Mingo, except I need the best men I have. It's kind of a job it is. Still, it's up to each of you individually. If you say no, there won't be any questions asked. I mean that. I'll talk it over. Together, by yourselves, that's up to you. Believe me, it's worth doing. Anyway, it's got to be done. Sorry, I can't give you more than 10 minutes, but it came up fast, and you men know the Army.
Private Morse reporting for duty, sir. The special assignment.
You're the man to do the survey?
Yes, sir.
Moss. Mossy. Oh, this is charming.
It's delightful.
Oh, Judas Moss, where have you come from? Oh, I'm sorry, Major. Excuse me. It's just that... Well, Moss and I went to school together. He was the best basketball player we ever had. I haven't seen him for... I'm sorry, Major.
That's all right. That's fine. Well, Moss, at ease, relax. Get back to where we were. You have 10 minutes, man. Just remember, it's important. Probably the least you'll get out of it will be furloughs. I can't promise, of course, that you'll get that. That isn't the reason for going. The reason is you're the best man for the job. Get me Colonel Baker at headquarters, please. Colonel Baker, Major Robinson, R&I, sir. Sir, that engineer you've given me to do the survey, he's colored, sir.
Is that so? What color is he?
I beg your pardon, sir?
Look, Major, you do know the time element here, don't you? Well, for your information, in this particular MOS, I have 3 men in the hospital, 2 in a rest camp, and another on a top priority job. That's it, unless you care to check the sick list.
No, sir.
And furthermore, let me remind you that he is the only available surveyor specialist who's volunteered. So I wouldn't care if he was purple all over and had green stripes down his back. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
And if I may ask, what do you think this is, a war or a country club tea dance? Are you all squared to jump off tonight?
I will be, sir. Thank you, Colonel. Goodbye, sir.
In the order of rank, this Mingo.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. And TJ.
How are you?
Oh, you old nitwit. It takes a whole war for us to run into each other.
Oh, my aching back.
You said it.
That Vaseline about volunteering.
How long did you say you've
He
been in
wanted
this
to play fair and square with us. He'd have called us in one at a time,
And
so
you
we
never
wouldn't know
even
who the
looked
others
at
were.
me.
That's volunteering.
What's the difference?
Because that way, if a man wants out, he can get out and nobody's the wiser. But this way, who's gonna chicken out in front of somebody else?
I still say, what's the difference? We got her out.
Yeah?
Sure. Right there it is, big and black. You know, when you volunteer to go on a mission, Mingo, you can pick your own company. I don't know about you, but I'm not going on a job like this with some bogey.
Oh, that's charming. What's the idea, TJ?
Take it easy, Junior. Your friends are your own business. Who I volunteer to go on a mission with is mine.
You know, TJ, sometimes you surprise even me.
Look, Mingo, on a job like this, it's got to be like a team. You got to have people you can depend on. Those Japs have got too many ways of knocking a guy off. So why don't you read a book once in a while? This has nothing personal to do with your friend here, but why do you think the Army kept him out of the lines? I know
You
it's
stink.
history.
You don't even know more.
Oh, knock it off, Finch.
You know what I think, TJ? I think you're just trying to chicken out.
I don't remember hearing either one of you guys saying you were going.
That's right.
How long did he say?
4 days.
No, I mean to decide.
10 minutes, so what? It's either too little or too much. Dirtiest trick you can play on a man in the war is to make him think. But I say we all go, we all don't go. So, whatever you say, Finch, goes for me, too.
Goes for you, too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's real great. Well, it might be okay for the two of you. Well, what makes you think I'm going to string along?
You haven't got the guts to do anything else. It's what's called human nature.
Wait a minute, amigo. Don't put me in the spot. This is tough enough for a guy to decide for himself. I don't want to have to decide for 3 other guys, too.
Come on, Finch, say it.
The first day I was inducted in this army, some Joe said, keep your mouth shut, your eyes open, and never volunteer. No matter what it's for, it stinks.
So what do you say, Finch?
You know what I say. I say that 4 GIs going alive with us crawling Japs is crazy.
All right. So we don't go. We don't have to go.
The major says it's important.
Oh, so you want to go?
Look, nobody wants to go.
You can say that again. So what do you say, Finch?
Look, Mingo, a mission like this, I don't want to have to... See, if they tell you to do something, it's not so bad. You go ahead and do what you have to, but this way, when they... You know what? I think we ought to... no. Let somebody else decide. Hey, Marcy, what do you say?
I've already volunteered.
Sorry, men, your time's up. I want to say one thing again. If you decide the job's too much for you, there'll be no questions asked. All you have to do is say yes or no. Whatever you say, I want to thank you for your past work. Well, Finch? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That's about it, Doctor.
You certainly gave him a royal welcome.
I hope you don't think, sir, that...
Forgive me, Major. I don't want to hurt your feelings or yours, Corporal, or Sergeant Mingo's, or the whole world's. But at this point, I'm interested in only one man, a patient. Private First Class Peter Moss.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Yes.
I was just thinking there was something else. There was a fight.
A fight? When?
The last day you were on the island, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know about it. Who had a fight?
You see, I did speak to Sergeant Mingo, Corporal.
I didn't remember till just now.
Really?
Well, it didn't seem important.
Everything's important with a case like this.
Can we see him, Doctor?
He won't recognize you.
I'd like to see him, though.
He's due for treatment now.
Just for a second, Captain.
Corporal, he's in the first ward to your left. Do you want to bring him in?
Yes.
Fine day. The sun's shining. All's wrong with the world.
How are you treating him, Captain?
Narcosynthesis, Major.
I beg your pardon?
Narcosynthesis. You administer a drug that acts as a release for the patient. Usually he will relive the experiences immediately preceding shock if the doctor leads him. Usually 1 or 2 injections are enough for him to recover physically. I'm starting the treatment today.
You mean he'll be able to walk again? He'll get his memory back?
Maybe. I don't know. Suppose he can walk. Suppose he can remember. That's only half the battle. There's still something inside him, deep inside him, that caused all this. And that could cause something else even worse. Unfortunately, we doctors don't have much time here.
Excuse me, Doctor. I don't mean this the way it sounds, but why are you so interested? I mean, you're going to a lot of trouble just for one man.
call it scientific curiosity. The more we explore the human mind, the more we learn. Anyway, I'd like to get him walking at least before he leaves here. I have good doctors back home, but it's hard to be a detective so far from the scene of the crime.
Can't this narcosynthesis?
It's not perfect, but we've learned a great deal using it in this war. See? War has its uses, Major.
Can't help feeling maybe I did something wrong.
You probably did.
I had a job to do.
Major, how old are you? 25?
26.
Well, 26. What do you know? Your job, period.
I'm an officer. I've got responsibilities.
Sure, the job comes first. The men count, but they count second.
That's what I thought, but
Sure, well, maybe if you were smarter, but you're 26. Believe it or not, I'm not so smart either. How do I know that if you were smarter, this thing could have been prevented? Matter of fact, I doubt it. Maybe you did something wrong. Maybe you didn't. My hunch is this kid's crack-up goes back to a lot of people being wrong.
What do you mean?
They don't accept a man for himself, for what he is.
I don't get it.
I didn't think you would. You probably never came face to face.
Hello, Moss. You didn't know me. Moss. How are you, fella?
All right, sir. Moss, do you remember Major Robinson?
No, sir.
Moss, you remember? Don't you remember me? Don't you remember Mingo?
Mingo?
Does he remember about Finch?
Ask him.
What? Who?
Moss. Remember Finch?
No, sir. No, sir. Doctor! Doctor!
All right, Moss, all right. Help me lift him on the bed, please. Chair. Sorry.
Will you let us know?
Yes.
Let's go. So long, Mossy. Be seeing you.
Now, don't be afraid. There's nothing to be frightened of. You know who I am, don't you, Moss?
Doctor.
Sure, I'm your doctor. You know what doctors do? They make you well. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fix you up so you'll remember everything and be able to walk again. You'd like to walk again, wouldn't you?
Yes, sir.
All right, you will. You'll be fine. Now, you mustn't be afraid. This is going to make you feel good. This is going to make you sleep without all those bad dreams. Now, when I put this needle in, I want you to start counting backwards from 100. 99, 98, 97. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, then just a little sting. There, now. You start counting. 99.
99. 98. 97. 96. 95. 94. 94.
93.
93. 92. 91.
Moss, who was in charge of the mission you went on? Who was it, Moss?
Major Robinson.
Is he a good CO?
He's all right for a white man. He knows his job. He's decent only.
Only what, Moss?
He's all right. He means well.
What about Mingo? He all right for a white man?
Mingo's a sharp boy. He knows plenty. You know, his wife writes poetry.
She does?
Yeah, real poetry. Sometimes he's kind of touchy, though.
Touchy, like you?
No. None of them are like me. I'm colored.
You what, Mossy?
Mingo's sensitive about his wife. Once I heard a poem Mingo's wife wrote. I heard that.
Did he recite it to you?
Once.
When?
Just once.
What about Finch? You and he used to be buddies, didn't you?
Yes.
You went to school together, didn't you?
Yes.
Well, Finch is an all right guy. He likes you. You like him, don't you?
Yes, No, I don't. He doesn't really like me. He's like all the rest of them. He doesn't like me. I hate him. I hate him.
You really hate Finch?
Yes, I hate him. No. Finch is a sweet kid. We went to school together, played on the same team. Once we almost won the championship. We got to the finals. Oh, he's a sweet guy. He doesn't seem like the rest of them, only sometimes I wonder if he's...
Finch is what, Moss?
Like all of them.
All of whom?
White people. The ones that look at you make the cracks.
Who, Moss? Who makes the cracks?
TJ. Corporal TJ Everett. I hate his guts.
What kind of cracks?
Finch doesn't let him get away with them, though. Finch?
He's all right.
Where's Finch?
He's all right.
Where is he?
Don't worry about it.
Where is he, Finch? Finch! Finch! Finch, where are you?
Hi, Mossy. What's up?
Finch? Finch, where you been?
Talking to the coach? What's the matter?
Hey, I thought you were gonna miss practice. You know, we got a tough game ahead of us. Finch. Nice pass.
Only 16 points behind.
That's charming.
You like it?
The sum of the cube root of the multiple is equal to the cosine raised to the nth power except when n is factored. See, it's simple.
Yeah.
Now, if we can only remember it until after exam.
Yeah, that's the question. Well, hey, Saturday night now, you won't forget.
No.
You sure?
Sure.
Okay, so long, then,
Say it, dope.
Hello.
Hi, Finch.
What's the idea? You lose your memory? You got amnesia? I guess you forgot. You're supposed to be at my house tonight.
Yeah, I guess I did.
No, you didn't. I've been waiting for you. Finally sneaked out.
You shouldn't have done that. The folks should be worried about you. You better go home.
No, not without you.
Go home, Finch.
I said no. You can hear, can't you? Oh, what's the matter with you? Why didn't you come? It's a swell party. Johnny Stillman brought his accordion. There's all kinds of food. You only graduate once. Why didn't you come?
You know.
No, I don't.
It wouldn't be good, Finch. Everybody'd be uncomfortable, including me.
Why, they play basketball with you. They like you. You know they do.
That's different. I'm different.
You make yourself different.
It wouldn't be good, Finch. Who would I go with? What would I do, stand around and talk to you all night? What if something happened?
Nothing would.
What if somebody said something?
Oh.
Go on home, kid. They'll be wondering what happened to you. Present?
Yeah, my sister.
Nice.
Oh, you stink. I ought to slap you down.
That's charming.
Yeah. Hey, Mossy, tell me the truth. Do you feel about me the same way you do about the others?
You're a dope, but you're all right.
Thanks. Well, so long, then, Will. I'll be seeing you.
So long, Finch. Hey, Finch. Don't worry about it. I haven't got a tux anyway.
Charming.
Delightful. When we moved away, I didn't see Finch anymore until I got shipped here.
You never wrote to him.
No, what for? He's a white boy.
But you like him, don't you? He's the best friend you ever had, isn't he?
Yes.
Moss, tell me about the mission.
Mission?
Yes, how'd you happen to volunteer for it?
Mission?
All right, Moss, maybe we've had enough for today. We'll try again tomorrow. All right, you made rendezvous and you climbed into the boat.
Boat?
Yes, the one that took you to the island. Come on, Moss, you've got to tell me about the boat.
It was an AVR boat. I never was on one before. We made the island just before it turned dark. It was a pretty piece of land, but it looked bad. It looked mean. Someone said there were 15,000 Japs on it.
Tell me something. Why do we always forget to bring napkins?
If I'd have remembered we were going to eat sea rations, I wouldn't have come along.
Well, that's funny. I love this stuff.
We can always light a fire and cook up something for you. The Nips would love that.
Anybody care for some fried chicken?
Drop dead.
No candied yams, though.
Hey, is it real?
Try some.
How? Where?
I guess it came from the Navy originally. My mess sergeant was a good joy. We cooked up a deal. I figured to make this more like a picnic.
It's wonderful. Who fried it? Your mess sergeant?
No, me.
You? Marshal, boy, you got talents unsuspected even by me.
This is the best I've ever eaten.
Wonderful.
Save some for the Major.
Oh, sure. Well, this stuff is real great. Reminds me of a place we used to go to in Chicago. We were on the south side. Marvelous food. And clean as a whistle. Wonderful cooks, the colored. Great entertainers, too. You know, I had a janitor once who was the greatest natural comedian I ever saw. More laugh. I'll never forget him. Boys, man, I ain't lazy. I'm just tired. I'm so tired. I guess I was just born tired, boys.
Mind if I give the Major a crack at the chicken?
Don't shoot me. Don't wake the boys.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just not sleepy. Besides, I haven't a chance to talk with you. I'll keep lookout this way. Give your eyes in the back of your head.
Smoke.
Think we ought to?
Why not, if we're careful? Yeah. Well?
Well,
Kind of missed you, Edward.
I didn't miss you, you dope.
Drop dead. Where'd you move to?
We went back to Pittsburgh.
Huh? That's where you got writer's cramp, huh? Hey, where'd you learn how to survey?
In the Army.
Oh, I thought maybe you picked it up before.
No, I'm just an elevator jockey. There's nothing like a high school education.
Charming.
Delightful. And just before the Army, though, I had a good job in a restaurant. The cook was swell. He taught me a lot. Say, I can cook pretty good now.
You're telling me. Hey, Mossy, how come you volunteered for this job?
I'm a hero.
Yuck, yuck, me too. Why did you?
I don't know. I guess I'm sick of the islands or something. I was starting to talk to myself, you know. Maybe there are other reasons, too. I don't know. No.
What are you gonna do when you get out? Be a surveyor?
No. What I'd like to do, though, is open up a restaurant. I got a lot of ideas.
Yeah. Hey, that's funny.
What?
Now, this is a charming coincidence. You know what I've been thinking of? A bar. Nice bar. Kind of place you can take your wife to, you know what I mean? I got it all planned. Hey, what's the difference? A bar or a restaurant? Let's combine it, you and me.
You're crazy.
No, it's perfect. You handle the kitchen, I run the bar. 50-50.
Finch, you're out of your mind.
No, you are.
You haven't changed, have you? Always getting wild ideas. Don't you know it wouldn't work?
Some centuries. There's a job I could have cut both your throats. What is this, a convention?
No, a conference. Moss and me are going into business together. After the war, of course. It's either going to be a restaurant that sells drinks or a bar that serves food. I think a bar. Shake hands with a couple of millionaires.
Swell. Tomorrow he can be the richest corpse on the island. You guys better hit the sack. We're moving in the morning. Go ahead, boss. That's it.
Okay, black boy, okay.
Place smells.
Oh, I don't know. To me, it has a certain... I think it stinks.
I don't mean it stinks. I mean it smells, really. It smells just like a garbage dump.
Yeah? When you ever smell a garbage dump?
When I set foot on this trap 4 days ago. Ah, shut up. Hey, they make you jumpy, Finch?
Sure. You know coyotes are worse?
I never heard a coyote, but I like to. I like to be where I could hear one right now.
Why don't you book passage to Arizona?
We don't have him in Pittsburgh, but I'll take that, too.
You know, I heard a coyote once. We took a trip out west when I was a kid. Boy, it's kind of scary if you wake up and hear him in the middle of the night.
I remember waking up in the middle of the night and hearing something. I was 10 years old.
Yeah? What'd you hear?
A human coyote. I really got the jumps.
Between you guys and the birds, a man can get not much rest on this island.
Relax. We'll be out of here tonight.
Map all finished?
Yeah, just about. May not be a good map, but sure pretty one.
Major and TJ ought to be through by now.
Hey, Mingo, you went to college for a year. Tell me something. You think that girls think as much about fellas as fellas think about girls?
More.
Yeah, but girls are more prudish.
Enemy propaganda. I want to see what the Major's doing.
Mingo's wife writes poetry.
Yeah? You ever let you read any of it?
No, never lets anybody read it. Probably stinks. She's not bad, though, from her picture. Hey, you ought to see a picture of the Major's gal. Oh, my aching back.
Hey, is TJ married? Is TJ married?
Hey, he's too ornery to get married. You too, you idiot.
What's doing?
Now he's picking flowers.
What?
Yeah, he's collecting specimens of the local flora. You know, if he isn't careful, he's gonna wind up winning the war all by himself. What's with Amos and Andy?
Oh, look, the guy's doing a job. Why don't you lay off?
Oh, the firm has a new member.
Look, I got no more use for a bad black man than I have a bad white man. And I've known plenty of both. All I want is to be left alone.
Okay.
TJ, I want the compass now.
It's back at the clearing.
I know. I said I wanted it.
Yes, sir. Certainly working yourselves into an early grave.
Finishing the map.
Yeah, what's your friend here doing? Posing for it?
I'm picking up inner office memos.
Please don't rupture yourself.
Mingo went to look for you. You guys finished yet?
If you're so interested, why don't you go find out for yourself?
Charming fella.
Delightful.
Charming. Delightful. Who's your pal, Finch? Judas is hot.
Watch out for the birdie.
Look, Morse.
So what's the Major doing anyway, huh?
You know the boy, Major. He does things his way, which takes twice as long.
We're getting out of here tonight on schedule, aren't we?
If I'd have been running it, we'd have been through yesterday and left.
Yep.
Yeah. Boss, the Major wants the compass.
Who does?
The Major.
You know where it is.
I didn't ask you. I was giving your friend an order.
I'll get it.
Finish your map. It's finished.
I didn't tell you. I told
Now
you.
listen, you lay off. The Major sent you for the compass. You get it. He stood guard 2 nights out of 3 while you snored your fat face off. The Major told him to take it easy today, and you know it, so leave him alone.
Listen to the nigger lover.
I thought you'd get around to that.
Every time I see your friend's face.
Listen, TJ.
You listen to me, Shoeshine.
He's more interested in saving his yellow-belly nigger friend.
The Major wants the compass, TJ. Come on, bring it to him. We're practically through.
That crud.
We got plenty of time to pack and get to the beach. Boat isn't due until nightfall. Gotta say one thing for the Major. He gets the job done.
That crud.
All right.
It's not all right.
Well, Major should have known, but none of them ever bother to find out what a guy's like.
What makes him such a crud?
Look, the guy's 35, 36. He can't adjust to the Army, so he winds up hating everything and everybody. He's just a civilian in GI clothes.
So am I. Still stinks.
Sure. He stinks from way back. The Army only makes him worse. I'm not apologizing for him. I think he stinks, too. But you gotta try to understand him.
You try to understand him. I haven't got time. I'm too busy trying to understand all this stuff about Negroes.
Oh, Mossy, now don't be a...
I told you I heard something in the middle of the night once. With some drunken bum across the alley yelling, "Throw the dirty niggers out." That was us. But I just rolled over and went back to sleep. I was used to it by then. Sure, I was 10. That's old. That's old for a pickaninny. When I was 6, my first day in school, some kids got around me, white kids. They said, "Hey, you, is your father a monkey?" I was dumb. I smiled and said no. Well, they wiped that smile right off my face. They beat it off. I had to get beat up a couple of more times before I found out that if you're colored, you stink. You're not like other people. You're not like white people at all. You're alone. You're strange. You're something different. Well, you make us different. What do you want us to do? What do you want us to be?
Mossy, now...
Skip it.
Look, Moss.
Tell your wife to write a poem about him, Minko.
All right. But at least you know Finch here doesn't feel that way.
I don't know anything. I'm just a...
Mossy.
Drop it.
You know that doesn't go for me. It never has.
I said drop it, Finch.
Maybe I'm dumb, but to me, either like a guy you don't. That's all there is to it. That's all there ever will be to it. You know that, too, don't you?
say we're friends, aren't we?
You corny dope. You stubborn nit.
Maybe that's TJ. He's dumb enough.
Not that dumb.
Shh, listen.
Take cover, quick.
Grab the gear and let's beat it. Right. You and Morse keep your rifles ready.
Yes?
Get that, sir. They love officers. Get the maps, Finch.
All packed.
Good. Won't have to happen the last day. Grab that talkie.
Got him.
Stay down. Maybe others. Finch, go see if he's dead. We'll cover you. If he isn't, use your knife. Good enough shooting to bring the whole island down on us, but make sure he's dead. Anybody hurt?
Yeah.
Where?
Arm.
Bad?
Bad enough.
Anybody else we should have heard by now.
Well, let's go.
All right, pick up the gear. Make that clearing to the beach. We've got the maps.
Vince.
Maybe we can get used to it. Get it. Got the map? Yes. Let's go.
So it stinks. Come on, kid.
Bossy, I got the shakes.
Forget it, I killed him.
It was just like killing a dead
Come on, let's get out of here.
I got the shakes.
Come on, Vince, it isn't healthy around here.
The maps. I haven't got the map case.
Judas.
I had it just before. Oh, I gotta go back. I gotta
Well, maybe some of the others had them. No. You picked a fine time.
I gotta find it. I don't see it. I don't see the case. Either thing. I can't remember. We better go back. We gotta have those maps. Maps won't do no good if we get picked off. It's the only thing we came here for. To forget. I don't know. Well, think. Oh, shut up. Where are they? Shut up. Come on, you'll get us both killed, you big... I'm not asking you to see, you yellow-bellied nit. Nitwit.
Finch, you hit? Finch, was you hit?
Mozzie, I didn't mean to call you.
Never mind that, are you? Where is it?
The maps.
Where'd they hit you?
In the maps.
Finch! Come on, give me your arm.
All right, get going, you dumb.
Are you sure you...
I follow you. Go on now, quick. I'm coming. Go on, go on.
Finch. He got hit. Finch? Is that you, Finch? Where are you, Finch? Finch. 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 Finch.
It's over, Moss. It's over.
I shouldn't have left him. I should have stayed with him.
If you'd stayed with him, the maps would have been lost. There might never have been any invasion. You were right to go. It was the only thing you could do.
But they didn't think so. I knew. I could tell. TJ.
Did he say anything?
No.
Did the Major? Did Mingo?
No.
Of course not, because you did what you had to do and you saved the maps. You're a good soldier, Moss. You shouldn't blame yourself. Now listen to me.
I know only...
Only what?
I still got that feeling.
What feeling?
I don't know. That bad feeling.
When did you first get it?
I don't know.
Did you first get it when you heard the shot, when you saw it was Finch who was hit?
No. I'm not sure.
Did it come back stronger when you found you couldn't walk?
I think so.
When was that, Moss? When did you find you couldn't walk?
It was... I don't know.
Think.
I can't. I'm trying, Doc, but I can't. Gee, Doc, I think I'm going to cry.
Go on, cry if you want to, Moss.
But guys don't cry. You shouldn't cry.
Let it out, Moss. Let it all out.
Oh, I don't want to. I cried when Finch.
When Finch what? What happened to Finch? Where did you cry, Moss?
It was in the clearing. The clearing near the beach. We were all there waiting. Nothing to do but wait. Listen to those stinking birds. All the time I was wondering about Finch. Waiting for Finch. Hoping.
How's that, Mingo?
Swell. I wonder how a one-arm liner type will make out.
One arm.
Bad joke, Major.
I'll say it is. That sulfur should prevent infection.
I know. I'm just building it up. On your way, Vulture. No meat today.
Boat should be here in an hour. Be in the hospital by tomorrow.
Major, suppose Finch is in here.
What?
Suppose Finch is in here when the boat comes.
He'll be here.
But suppose he isn't.
We'll worry about that when the time comes.
What would we do, Major?
I said we'd worry about that when the time comes, Mingo.
What if Finch is hurt bad?
Shut up.
Major, I gotta go look for him.
Tried that once. Anyway, Finch knows the path.
Yes, but maybe...
Sorry.
What was it?
Bird or an animal? I don't know. Sorry.
Think they know how many of us there are?
Not yet. I don't think they know where we are either. That's why you can't go look for him. They've got him, you go in there and they'll get you too. Us along with you.
I should have stayed with him.
You had to get those maps back and you did. We got to get off this island with him. That comes first.
So Finch is on his own.
Kid. Major's right. The maps are important.
Yeah, I know. What was that?
Oh, it's a bird.
That was no bird.
Mossy, you just...
That was no bird, I tell you.
Oh, a cigar to the boy with the ears.
That was no bird. Listen. No, not that. Listen.
Ease up, Moss. I know.
It's Finch. He's yelling for me.
Hold it, Moss.
Major, you heard him. They're killing him.
No, they're not killing him. They won't kill him. It's a trick. They're purposely making him yell like that.
Major, please let me go after him.
Moss, you can't go in there. They're sticking him just to make him yell like that, just to make us come after him.
I don't care.
Moss, will you listen to me?
You listen to him.
Boss, stop trying to be a hero. Sure, they're sticking Finch to make him yell. You go in there, they'll kill him, and they'll kill you, too. There's nothing we can do, kid.
So who cares about Finch?
nothing we can do.
We can...
Don't listen. Try not to listen. You know the way you do with guns. You don't hear them after a while.
It's not guns, it's things.
Pretend it's just yelling. You ought to be used to noise and yelling. You're a city kid.
What?
You come from Pittsburgh, don't you? Don't you, Mossy?
Mingo, they're killing me.
That bar you and he were going to have. Was it going to be in Pittsburgh, Moss? Was it going to be in Pittsburgh, Mossy? Kid. It's not so bad if he's yelling. You got to be alive to yell.
Major, please.
Don't listen. Tell me about the bar. Tell me.
I can't.
You like poetry? My wife writes poetry. You want to hear some? Listen. We are only two, yet our howling can encircle the world's end. Frightened, you are my only friend. And frightened, we are everyone. Someone must make a stand. Coward, take my coward's hand.
Those crazy birds. Awful thing.
Yeah. In the Solomons once, I saw a guy after the nips had gotten a hold of him. He was a mess.
You couldn't talk about something pleasant, could you?
I'm sorry.
We'll all get a chance to find out what they can do if we keep sitting here.
Suppose you go down to the beach and see if the boat's still where we buried it.
Now? It's too late.
It's right at the edge of the trees. You don't have to go out in the open.
All right, even if it isn't there, there's nothing I can do about it.
You can find out. Now, you heard me. Get going, TJ. If you run into trouble, fire 4 quick shots.
I think the big executive's a little afraid.
Guess he doesn't like to take orders from me. I know he thinks I'm too young.
He'd think MacArthur was too young.
Has he been making cracks about Negroes?
He has, Major. He has indeed.
To Moss?
Moss is a Negro.
It's funny. Ever since we got on this island, I never think of him as being black.
Yeah, it is funny. I never think of you as being white.
I guess I said the wrong thing.
I'm sorry, Major. I should.
Forget it. Look, I'm a major, but I'm 26. I don't know all the answers, and I don't think I know them. Judas, I'm not even sure what this crummy war is all about. There are 50 million things I don't know, and I wish I did. But I'm a major. I got a job to do. It may be the only thing I do know, but I know my job. I know it darn well.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I know what you think. You think I care about the job and not about Finch. Well, I care about Finch. I care about him plenty. The job comes first. You know it.
Yeah, I know it.
Well, what do you want?
Mark Robinson, you're a good officer. Why don't you quit pressing?
Okay. How's the arm?
Just dandy.
I think you're just worried about going back to your wife with a bad arm, see?
My wife wouldn't mind.
She sounds like a fine girl.
How would you know?
And that poem, wasn't that hers?
What Oh, that, yeah, that was hers.
A lot of people don't care for it. I like poetry. I was trying to remember that last line. Frightened we are...
Frightened we are everyone. Someone must take a stand. Coward, take my coward's hand.
I like that.
Yeah, it's great. My wife's a great little writer. She's pretty, too. It's a pity she doesn't read her own stuff once in a while.
What do you mean?
She writes good letters, too. I remember the first letter she wrote me in the Army. My darling, darling, it began. She likes repetition. My darling, darling, I'll never again use the word love except to say I love you.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's real nice. I remember her last letter, too. It began, my darling.
This is the hardest letter I've ever had to write.
Want another cigarette?
No, thanks.
Won't be long. Boat's on time.
Sure, I can understand. I'm away, she meets another guy. Shooters.
I know.
So I try to stay on the beam. It's a little hard sometimes when I... TJ?
He wouldn't be coming from there.
The boat's still there. Scratched off half my skin, though.
Why didn't you come back to the trail?
I got lost. Well, when did you wake up?
Just now.
Hungry, Morse? Why don't you eat something?
We don't have any watermelon.
It's getting near time. I think it's almost dark enough to go down to the beach and dig up the boat. Get it ready.
What about the gear?
No point in taking it all until the boat's ready. We need somebody to stay here and watch.
I'll stay.
Thanks, Morse. I think you'd better...
What's wrong with me staying, Major?
All right. Thanks.
Major, maybe I better stay too. With this bad wing.
I'm not afraid to stay alone, Mingo.
Let's go. Is there any trouble? Fire 4 quick shots.
Nothing will, kiddo. See ya.
Finch? Finch?
Is that you? Oh, Finch. Finch. Oh, Finch, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Are you all right? You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. Oh, it's charming. It's really charming. You're right. Oh, you nitwit, you dumb, dopey nitwit. I might have known they couldn't finish you off. Here, let me see what they... Oh, I'm sorry, kid, I'm sorry. But What? Oh, for Pete's sake, sure, the crummy map's all right. We gotta get you fixed up. All right, kid. All right, just lie still. The guys are getting the boat now. And the ATR boat will be here soon. You'll be back to the base in no time. You can go pick out the rest of the Warner hospital. You lucky nitwit. Hey, did I tell you I missed you, Dopey? Oh, Judas Finch, I'm so glad, I'm so glad. Finch. Finch. Oh, Finch,
Please don't be dear. No, God. No, God.
There it is. On time, too. We better get Morse and the stuff. Come on. You stay here, Mingo.
Hurry back. Boss, let's go.
Hey, Yank, come out there, fight! Hey, Yank! Come out there, fight!
Finch, they're at you again. But I won't leave you this time. I promise I won't, Finch.
Come out there, fight, you little American dog!
Don't worry, Finch. I won't leave you. I told you I wouldn't let him get you. I promised, didn't I? Didn't I? And I won't, because I'm not young.
What? We got Finch. Right, get up, dog!
He's dead. They won't get him. They jumped in a bear, and you can't do it.
We gotta get out of here.
I can't leave him.
We'll take him. Come on, Moss, get up.
I can't leave Finch.
We'll take him.
Oh, Finch.
Don't worry about it. Come on, we'll take him. Come on, Moss.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I can't move, Mitch. I can't move.
Stop it, Moss. We gotta get out of here.
I can't move. I can't walk.
What's the matter? You hit?
No.
Why can't you walk?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Better carry him out. You better give me a hand. Yes, come on, then, Mike. Mike, get a dog.
do you remember how you got off the island?
Mingo, something about
No,
Mingo.
it was TJ. TJ lifted you up and carried you out.
TJ?
Yes.
But I thought
Mingo couldn't carry you out. His right arm was no good.
Oh, yeah.
But you've told me everything that happened to you on the island.
Yes.
And why can't you walk?
What?
You weren't shot, were you?
No.
Then why can't you walk?
I don't know.
You said you remember everything that happened to you on the island.
Yes.
Do you remember waking up in the hospital? Do you remember waking up with that bad feeling?
Yes.
When did you first get that bad feeling?
I don't know.
Did you first get it right after Finch was shot? Well, what did you think of when Finch was shot?
I don't know.
You said you remember everything that happened, and you do. You remember how you felt when Finch was shot, don't you?
Yes. 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 When we were looking for the map case, he started to call me a dirty yellow-bellied nigger. He only said dirty yellow-bellied nitwit, but he started to say nigger, so then I knew.
You knew what?
I knew he'd lied when he said he didn't care. When he said that people were people to him, I knew he'd lie. I knew he hated me because I was black, so I was glad when he got shot.
Did you leave him there because you were glad?
No.
You got over it?
Yes. Yes, I was sorry. I felt glad. I was ashamed.
But you left him there because that's what you had to do, because the maps came first. You left him and you ran through the jungle, didn't you?
Yes.
And you walked around in the clearing near the beach.
Yes.
So your legs were all right.
Yes.
Then if anything happened to your legs, it happened when Finch crawled back. You remember that, don't you?
Yes.
All right, remember it. Think back to it. You were alone in the clearing and Finch crawled in.
Finch. Finch, no.
Remember.
No, Finch.
Marcy!
Finch. Finch. Marcy! Finch, is that you, Finch? Oh, Finch, I'm so glad, Finch. I'm so glad.
Jake, come out and fight!
They won't get you, Finch. I won't leave it this time, I promise. I won't leave it.
What are you trying to bury him in, Moss? This isn't earth, it's a bed. Feel. Underneath is a wooden floor. Do you hear? You can't bury Finch because he's not here. You're not on that island. You're in a hospital. You're in a hospital. I'm your doctor.
Yes, sir.
Now you remember that nothing happened to your legs at all, did it?
No, sir.
Then why can't you walk?
I don't know.
I do. It's because he didn't want to, isn't it, Moss? You knew if you couldn't walk, you couldn't leave Finch. That's it, isn't it?
I don't know.
That must be it, because there's nothing wrong with your legs. You can walk. You had a shock, and you didn't want to, but you want to now, don't you, Moss? You do want to walk.
Yes, sir.
You will. I promise you. You'll walk out of this hospital. But that isn't enough.
What, sir?
Walking isn't enough. You've got to be cured. You've got to be really cured. If you're not, this may happen to you again. Or it may be something else even worse. So listen to me.
I'm listening.
You see, we don't have much time. You're leaving here in a few days. They're sending you back to the States.
Why? Why do I have to go, sir? Did I do something?
You helped make some maps. Those maps helped make an invasion. After every invasion, we need bed space for cases very much like yours. You see, you're not so different, Peter.
That's the first time anyone's called me Peter since I've been in the Army. You're a right guy, Doc.
You'll get good care back home, but it won't help. Unless you help yourself, unless you understand. And we've got to start right now. We've got to cram the biggest thing in your life in a space this small. You've still got that bad feeling.
Yes, sir.
It's sort of a guilty feeling.
Yes, sir.
You first got it right after Finch was shot.
Yes.
But just before that, you felt glad.
Yes, sir.
Why did you feel glad?
Well, I thought he was going to call me a dirty nigger, so I was glad when he got shot.
No. Peter, I want you to listen hard to what I'm going to tell you. I want you to listen harder than you've ever listened to anything in your whole life. Peter, every soldier in this world who sees a buddy get shot has that one moment when he feels glad. Yes, Peter, every single one of them. Because deep down underneath, he thinks, I'm glad it wasn't me. I'm glad I'm still alive.
No.
I know, you thought you were glad because Finch was going to make a crack about you being a Negro. Maybe later you were glad because of that. Lots of fellows think a lot of things later. But at that moment, you were glad it wasn't you who was shot. You were glad you were still alive. You see the whole point of this, Peter? You've been thinking that you had some special kind of guilt, but you've got to realize something. You're the same as anybody else. You're no different, Peter, no different at all.
I'm colored.
There, that sensitivity, that's the disease you've got. It was there before anything happened on that island. It started way back. It's not your fault. You didn't ask for it. It's a legacy
150 years of slavery, of second-class citizenship, of being different. You had that feeling of difference pounded into you when you were a child. And being a child, you turned it into a feeling of guilt. You always had that guilt inside you. That's why it was so easy for you to feel guilty about Finch. Do you understand?
I think so.
Now get this straight. The very same people who make the cracks, who try to make you feel different, do it because down deep underneath, they feel insecure and unhappy too. They need a scapegoat, somebody they can despise so they can feel strong. Believe me, they need help as much as you do. Maybe more.
Gee, Doc.
That's why you've got to be cured. That's why. So when people make cracks, try to make you feel different, you've a right to be angry. But you've no right to be ashamed. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. What have you learned? What about you and Finch? Come on.
Every guy who sees his buddy get shot feels like I did. Feels glad it wasn't him. Glad he's still alive. So what I felt when Finch got shot had nothing to do with me being colored. Because I'm no different. Because...
Do you believe it?
I want to.
Do you believe it?
Sure, I believe it up here because you say so. But I don't know whether I really believe it down here. I'm sorry, Doc.
All right, Moss, walk.
What?
I said get up and walk.
But Doc, you know I can't.
Yes, you can.
No.
Try.
I can't.
Try.
I can't.
Get up and walk. Moss, get up and walk. You dirty nigger, get up and walk.
I'm gonna shed any tears over leaving this joint. They're crazy.
You and me both.
Oh, sure. We're moving to another base, and you lucky stiffs are going home.
Home's where you hang your hat and your wife.
Don't let that arm get you, Mingo.
Don't let it get you, bud. Oh, these ODs are driving me out of my mind.
Whose idea were they?
Some idiot who thought we'd catch cold when we hit the States.
When are you leaving, Mingo?
Pretty soon. I got a Jeep coming to take me to the airfield. If the Major doesn't get here soon.
Oh, take it easy. He'll be here in a minute. So you're flying, huh?
On wings of steel.
What a break.
I'm the original Rabbit's Foot Kid.
Say, I understand the book. I hear Moss is going back with you.
Yeah.
How is he?
Hey, he's all right.
They send him back in your care?
No, I said he's all right.
Okay. I was just asking. But you know as well as I do, Mingo, that cases like Moss are discharged from the hospital. First thing that goes wrong, they're off again.
Why don't you leave the kid alone?
Why don't I leave him alone? Why don't you guys leave me alone?
Huh?
Sure, the whole bunch of you. Everything I do is wrong.
Everybody picks on poor old TJ.
Not only me, anybody who made any money as a civilian.
What?
Sure, it gripes the heart out of you guys, doesn't it? And keeps us out of your stinking little club.
Answer the phone, TJ.
Okay, I hear it.
If a man answers, don't hang up.
Corporal Everett speaking. No, he isn't. Well, yes, sir, Colonel. I'll tell him when he comes in. Yes, sir, I will, sir. If you ask me, that Colonel Willoughby needs a week in the country.
Yeah, it's more fun this way.
Come on.
No.
All right. Does it bother you much, Mingo? The arm, I mean.
No, it makes me light as a bird.
No, I mean, does it hurt?
Sure.
Ah, well, don't worry about it. You get back to the States, they're going to give you a new one, a pension to go with it.
Thanks.
Now, what am I going to do with this?
Hi, kiddo.
Hi.
Well, Moss. Hiya, fella.
Okay.
Sure took you long enough to get here.
I went over to my outfit to say goodbye. Then I stopped to say goodbye to the doc.
Hey, that doc's a real nice guy. You know, you look great, Moss. Real great. How you feeling? Okay?
Want to see his chart, TJ?
Tell me, you gonna keep on taking those shots?
No, not anymore. Towards the end, the doc and I just talked.
Talked?
Yes, once a day.
But why?
It was part of the treatment.
That's kind of a patient I'd like to be.
Maybe you should.
He's a great guy, the doc.
Hey, Moss, did you hear about us taking the island?
He heard about it, TJ.
Oh, we got commendations a yard long. Big hero stuff. You lucky stiffs are going home. You're gonna be the king of Lenox Avenue, Moss.
Moss lives in Pittsburgh.
Oh, he knows what I mean. Ah, yatta. Just think of it. You'll be the toast of Bronzeville. All the fried chicken and watermelon you can eat. And those smart high yellows eating right out of your hand. Hey, you know, if I was your manager, we'd really cash in, but big. I'd get you endorsements. Hero prefers long, straight hair and light complexion. I'm telling you, we'd make a fortune.
TJ,
Yeah.
answer the phone.
Oh, sure. Corporal Everett speaking. Oh, hello, Major. Yes, sir, they're here.
Don't let that crud get you down, kid.
That was the Major. Said he'd be here as soon as he could for you guys to stick around. Well, all's well that ends well. Too bad about Fence, though. Shame he had to leave him like that, Mosey. But I guess a good die young.
Shut up, TJ.
Huh?
Get out of here.
You crazy, Mingo?
I said get out of here.
Okay. I won't fight with a cripple. The Major. Okay.
That crud. Mossy. What's the matter, Mossy?
I'm just like anyone else, Miko.
Take it easy, kid.
I'm just like anyone else.
Sure, sure. All right, get up, Moss.
That's what the doc said, Mingo.
And he's right. Come on, get up, walk.
That's what he said.
Sure, sure. Come on, walk.
I'm just like anyone else.
That's right, you are.
That's right.
Sure.
Sure. Who you kidding? It's not right. I'm not the same.
Kid, you gotta get a hold of yourself.
You know I'm not. You're white, I'm black.
Shut up and listen to me.
I'm tired of listening. I'm sick of being kidded. I got eyes, I got ears, I know.
Why don't you quit whining? You go around carrying that chip on your shoulder, you'll really wind up into something different.
You heard TJ.
Sure, he makes cracks about you. Forget it.
I like to see you forget it.
What do you think I'm trying to do?
What?
He makes cracks about me, too.
Yeah, but those cracks is not the same, Mingo.
To him, it's the same. To that crud and all cruds like him, it's the same thing. We're easy targets for him to take pot shots at.
Yeah, but you and me...
No, we're not the same. I am something special. I got nothing in this sleeve but air, kiddo.
But Mingo, you're...
I'm what, too tough? That's what I keep trying to tell myself. Mingo, you're too tough to eat your crummy heart out about this thing. Okay. You're a cripple. You lost a wing. You're not gonna let it go down the drain for nothing.
You couldn't.
No. Should have seen me when I woke up in the hospital and found out it was off. All I could think of was all the narrow scrapes I'd had. All the times that I've stood next to a guy and seen him get shot. I felt glad that I was still alive. When I woke up, I wasn't so sure.
Wait a minute, Mingo, wait. Say that again.
What?
Say it again.
What?
What you just said.
About waking up in the
No,
hospital?
no, about standing next to guys when they got shot.
Well, you know, it's rugged.
No, but how you felt, Mingo, how you felt.
Well, I felt sorry for them, of course.
No, that isn't it.
I don't know what you mean, kiddo.
When you saw them, Mingo, when you saw them get shot, you just said you felt...
Oh. Glad I was still alive.
Glad it wasn't you.
Well, sure glad it wasn't me.
Who told you to say that?
Who told me?
Yeah, who told you?
Nobody. I saw it. I felt it. How did you feel when you saw Finch get shot?
Just like you, Mingo. Just like you. Just like you.
What are you talking about?
I was crazy yelling I was different. I am different. Sure, you're different. Everybody's different. But so what? Because underneath we're all guys. I don't know how to say it, Mingo. But am I making any sense?
Are you?
Like what you said about not letting your arm go down the drain for nothing. Well, I ain't gonna let me go for nothing.
Now you're riding, kid.
It won't be easy, Mingo.
What is?
Yeah, what is?
Hey, maybe this is cockeyed. What? That bar you were gonna have.
Bar?
With Finch.
Oh, yeah, sure. That was kids.
What do you mean? Want a partner?
A partner?
Yeah.
That's foolish, Mingo.
Why?
Well, it just wouldn't work.
Why wouldn't it work? You want a partner or don't you?
Look, Mingo. A lot of people wouldn't like it. A white man and
A lot of people wouldn't like a one-armed bartender. It's kind of a novelty at that, Pete.
Judas, Mingo.
Maybe that's our chauffeur. Soldier, our carriage waits without. Glad to say goodbye to the Major by mail.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna have to keep an eye on me with this. Oh, gosh darn it.
Hey, coward.
What?
Take my coward's hand.
Pete, my boy, you've got a charming memory.
Yeah. Delightful.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to help us produce more compelling historical content like this, please like, comment below, and share this video with fellow history buffs. And of course, be sure to subscribe to help keep history happening.